Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Skin Talk Tuesday podcast. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
Everyone, I'm so excited. This has been an episode that's a long time coming. We have Miss Erica Casavecchia. Is that how you say it? I guess I should have asked you before.
It's Casavecchia, but close.
Oh my God,
We're
amazing.
close.
Okay, well, welcome. Erica is a longtime PT client and founder of Casawell. She is a New York City functional nutritionist, and I'm so excited to chat with you. You have the best wellness content. I feel like I'm always following your recipes, your recommendations and everything. So I just know that the PT fam has like so much good in store in this conversation.
Girls, I'm so excited to be here.
I know.
Thanks for having me.
You know what's so funny? I was thinking how I feel like I always randomly run into you.
We do.
Like in the city,
In the
at
park.
PT, in the park. Like we're always like randomly running into each other. And I remember one time being like, I need to have you on the podcast because we just like chatted randomly for like an hour, it felt like, or
In the
whatever
middle of
it
the
was.
store.
Yes, in the middle of the store. And I was like, we need to just like be on the mics and just really deep dive on so many different things. So welcome to the podcast. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited to have you.
Yes, I'm excited to chat.
Yay. How long have you been a PT client? You were saying earlier it was like 3 years.
Yes, almost 3 years.
Kind of a baby by PT standards, but still long enough to be a PT person. I'm like,
Yeah.
when I hear 3 years, I'm like, oh, it's not 10 years yet. You've got to be 10 years to get OG
10?
status. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even at 10.
I was
That's
with
like New York, if
Karen.
you live in
I
New
was
York.
with Karen last night, and she's been with me 16 years.
Crazy.
As a patient?
Yeah, as a
client?
client, and her daughter is just about. She's having a baby, and I remember her when she was a teenager. It's like we have seen seasons.
Wow.
But 3 years, I mean, I love hearing from you in the DMs, and just the progress that you've made has been
Yes.
amazing. Like I'm
Yes.
so happy to be able to talk to everybody about that today for sure.
I feel like you're like my skin fairy godmother. And I always have to like check in.
Oh my God, I say that
Like
all the
share
time.
like all the progress or like even the setbacks.
No, you
Yeah.
okay, but I'm here. That is the thing. It's not all butterflies and candy floss, right? Like
Yes.
there are that's what we need to be here for. But the fact that you're able to go through those, let's call them setbacks, but still know that you're on the path, and then
Yes.
out of the blue, I'll get a random thing for you saying, I'm just sitting on my balcony and just caught a glimpse of myself and I had to send you this photo. Like, can you believe this is my skin now? And that is what I love the most.
Yes.
When it's just, that's true skin freedom, being able to have the little blips, but know how to come down from it and it doesn't define you,
Yes. And I would definitely say I knew about you for years before I came to you. I don't think I told you this, but I was trying to really heal my own skin for so long.
Yep.
And I tried, so many different products. And I think I just thought like I won't need to go because I'll be able to heal my skin on my own. And then, like it's just taking the accountability. We can't do everything. I love to be like the fixer. I'm a healer. I'm a
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah.
And I like to we all want to solve all of our problems. And I think it was like a big surrender for me to finally come to
You know what it is too, and I love that you brought that up because it's definitely one of the biggest reasons I was excited to have you on the podcast is because you're very similar to Mary in the sense that there's this stereotype that people with acne have poor diets, don't look after themselves, or that it's just purely genetic and there's nothing else. And in fact, Pacific Touch has a huge sector of the community are very mindful about what they eat, exercise, look after themselves, but have a multitude of other things that are seemingly unrelated that are impacting on their skin, but they really feel like their skin's betraying them because I am doing all of the things, and what I realized early on is that acne is so multifactorial that yes, there is a nutrition component. Yes, there is a gut, component. There is a skincare component, but you can't just do just one exclusively.
You can't.
It's just a nice, and everybody needs a different level of other, things. Like some people, it's predominantly gut. You still have to be on the right products and do, some stress management. But if you heal XYZ, boom, you get the most results. For others, it really is almost exclusively a nutrition issue, and they're able to magnificently move the needle. You know, for others, it doesn't move the needle at all. And it's something,
100%.
so knowing that you have to play detective in all the different areas
Yes.
is what is the game changer, I think.
Yes, it definitely is. And I think Mary and I are very similar, but you know, your skin, especially on your face, it's the first thing people see when they look at you.
Yeah.
And it became like such a big insecurity for me.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I was in school to become a nutritionist,
Yeah.
and I was preaching wellness, and I feel like
And living it too, preaching
yes,
and living it.
And your skin is a reflection of what's going on internally. Sometimes it's not only your diet, which we'll talk about. So I was like, you know, there was shame. I was embarrassed, and I was like, this is not what I want, like my outer reflection of health, you know, to kind of
I
appear.
feel that so many clients that come to me, the frustration, the anxiety, the shame, or just that feeling of my outer exterior is not matching what I'm doing. And almost some people will even go as far as saying, like, I feel like a fraud, like I'm preaching all of and living this lifestyle, and yet I look like this. You know, I had a client who was a trainer and super healthy, and she actually had someone come up to her in a gym and say, why is your face like that? You know?
God, that's crazy.
And it is that helplessness of like, what am I missing? Like, what is going on? I'm doing what I think is all the things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a huge component that I was missing, which was really like nervous system regulation and like,
Yeah.
you know, just like
Can you
little,
say that louder? Because nervous system is
Yeah.
going to be...
it is
It's
the
gonna be huge.
future of
Yeah.
health.
Oh
Mark
my God, no,
words.
I know.
It's already, I feel like it's
I
already
actually-
surfacing now.
No, I know. I have a note for that for you because I feel like we could just totally go down. But I do want to kind of step back a little bit to your background because I do feel like you're somebody who like has had a whole gamut of health, chronic health symptoms, and you were truly able to heal all of them. And especially like from then to now and taking it into your practice to like help other people with their chronic symptoms. So it's so interesting because Nicole and I have talked about this a lot, how we found that most people that are in the wellness space have a story of their own. Like they got to the space because they've, you know, been able to either heal or had an experience like with that condition. So I'm so curious, obviously, like we've been talking about, like that has been the case for you, but what did the journey look like from, you know, the start of those symptoms to where we are now?
It was a journey. And I honestly still feel like I'm on it. I feel like the journey never really ends. It's, you know, it's ever changing. But when my real wellness journey started, let's say, it's 2026 now. It was like 12 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
I was in my early 20s, which at the time for me really felt like it was out of nowhere. I was having all of these very inflammatory symptoms come out, like acne, which I had never had. I was so bloated. I looked 6 months pregnant. My joints were achy. I had gained 30 pounds within like less than a year, maybe 6 months.
Wow.
What else? I mean, the list goes on. Like I had lost my period. I felt like.
Were you at college at the time?
I'm 22-ish.
22.
So yes,
Okay.
I was in
Like-
college. It was like the end of
Yeah,
college.
and a college post-grad area
Yes.
time. Yeah.
So it was very scary, and I was.
It just happened like out of nowhere?
It really was like slowly. I like felt one symptom one day, and then it just like kept getting worse. I was actually doing like a little 2-week trip in Europe
Uh-huh.
with a friend, and you know, we're vacationing, we're like trying new foods. We went to like 5 different like countries and cities, and I just thought like, oh, I'm bloated. Like, oh, you know, we're eating new foods, you know, different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then slowly as the summer went on, like everything just got worse and worse. I was retaining so much water. So I started to see lots of different doctors. Again, this is 12 years ago. Functional medicine doctors were around. Holistic doctors were around, but
But it was
they weren't
not
as readily available. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't really know what was happening to me, so I wasn't really searching for that at the time and the whole like root cause approach. So what I went to was many different specialists for everything I had, right? So like I went to a gut specialist. I went to a skin specialist. I went to endocrinologist, all the things, something for my hormones, something for anything I was feeling.
Yeah.
So
With
it
the
was
skin
all very
specialist?
separate.
Yeah,
Did you go to a dermatologist?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. No, just didn't know.
Another
yeah.
word for it.
Yeah.
So, that's not the holistic view, right? You need someone that's going to look at the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
So they were all looking at it very separately.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting diagnosed with PCOS, with hypothyroidism, all these different autoimmune conditions. I had gut dysbiosis. I did have some parasites. It was all these different diagnoses. So I'm 22.
Mm-hmm.
This is, then it goes on to like 23, 24. All of my symptoms kept getting worse. I could not lose any weight. I trained for 2 half marathons during this time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lose a pound. I was working in fitness actually when I went back to school to get my master's in nutrition, and I could not lose the weight. My acne was getting worse. Everything was getting worse or staying the same, but nothing would get better. I was on tons of prescription medication, which I probably wouldn't make those choices now, but it was really helpless.
What did the dermatologist put you on? Do you remember, for your skin?
So she had given me a very strong retinol.
Yeah.
And it
Like a tretinoin?
destroyed my skin. I forget what it was called. It was a while ago now, but it wasn't
really, really drying. It was probably true.
It was really drying. I remember it was like it would peel, and it wasn't addressing the root cause. So it didn't help at all. And I think at that point I just decided to like kind of try some of my own products. I think I stopped trying to use, and I didn't like go from dermatologist to dermatologist.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is now like my mid-20s. I'm working in fashion. I'm having all these different symptoms. I'm on all these different medications. And I decide like no one is helping me. I kept every doctor I would go to, I would ask why. Why is this happening? No one could ever give me an answer.
What would they say when you would?
They told me I would have these symptoms for life. They told me I would have to be on these medications for life. I was on metformin.
I've heard a lot about metformin. Can you tell us like what it is?
So it is a diabetes medication.
Okay.
So I didn't have diabetes, but I think what my blood work was showing was like a pre-diabetes like.
Is it for PCOS?
So
That's what they use
it's not for PCOS, but a lot of doctors or endocrinologists will recommend it when you have PCOS.
The blood sugar dysregulation.
Yeah. So it didn't help at all. I was also put on phentermine, which I don't know.
That's a new one.
It's a diet pill.
Okay.
I was like 25. These doctors wanted to help me to lose the weight because
I just got chills. I know, but your frame, you can tell if someone with your frame is carrying 30 pounds, there's something going on. It's not, and you're actively exercise. The last thing you want to do is put someone like yourself on a diet pill.
Yes. And it was really scary. And I just like, I can't, I would never do something like that now, but I was in my early 30s or in my early 20s,
It was also a different time. I mean, to your point, 12 years ago, there's been so many change. We know so much more now.
Yes.
And, still learning. There'll be so much more that comes out.
Yes. And, I felt like desperate.
Yeah.
And I was willing to do like anything that they had given, like take anything they had given me. So I also was on 2,000 milligrams of metformin. My diabetic grandfather was on like 100. And I didn't have, it was just, what my blood work was showing.
Yeah.
So it was making me very sick.
Yeah.
I did take the phentermine, and it like increases your heart rate. I was commuting.
Yeah.
So I was taking the train. I would walk up the stairs from Penn Station. I'd be dripping in sweat. Like it was horrible.
Oof.
So I was also on like a thyroid medication. I was on a lot of medication. None of them were helping. They all made my symptoms honestly worse.
Yeah.
And the last straw for me was an endocrinologist had recommended that I take Ozempic. And this was, again, 10 years ago, let's say. No one knew what it was. I didn't know what it was. But he was like, you're going to inject yourself every night, and like this will help you to lose weight. And I remember leaving that appointment with my mom, and I was like, I am not doing this. This is not what's going to help me. And like, I'm quitting my job. I'm going back to school, and I'm going to learn how to like kill myself. Yeah. Essentially.
Here's the thing, and this is no shade to the medical community in general, because I really do feel like it's a societal thing, but there's just so much focus on management of symptom. Like, that whole thing about why? I do think a big part of the reason why you don't get an answer to that, because that's not taught. It's kind of like dermatology.
Yes,
like when I
it's
first
true.
started in skin, I naively thought I was going to find this magical derm who saw skin the way I did, and we could collaborate and work on the complex cases. I didn't realize that dermatology is just about the management of the symptoms of acne, rosacea, or whatever, and prescribe to bring down the symptom.
Yes.
But don't ask the why questions, and don't even, I mean, that's why you go to an appointment, it's 10 minutes, and no one asks you anything about anything, your makeup, your diet, your stress levels, lifestyle habits, none of that is relevant.
Right.
So stepping back and looking at a multitude of what a doctor would consider, because I mean, they're just really concerned with not having you massively sick, right? Like when your symptoms are bloating or things like that, they're just quite happy to throw mud at the wall and see what sticks.
Totally. And you're right. It's not really what they are taught.
No.
And I don't blame them. And their doctors are amazing. Medication does save a lot of people's lives.
And diagnosis is important, testing
Totally.
and diagnosis and things like that. But when you start diving into how much money is made by the pharmaceutical company and how long people are on things and at what levels is really scary.
Yeah.
I
agree. But yes, there's a time and a place.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
That was not.
Right. It's almost like when you zoom out and like look at the obvious, like you were a young woman who is not pre-diabetic. Like, why would we prescribe you Ozempic or like a weight loss drug, or even like the metformin? Or when you said like with your grandfather who was diabetic, like why do you have a higher gram amount of the metformin? It's just like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, wait, let's take a step back. Like, why are we doing this for a healthy,
active, young woman?
Right.
Like, it's really like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was.
It makes you think.
Totally. And it was so overwhelming. And during this time also, like I had started to see some holistic doctors. So I had some like food sensitivity tests done. So I'm gluten-free, I'm dairy-free. I was plant-based for a year. I would juice cleanse. Like I was doing anything and everything to help. And truly, like nothing made my symptoms any better. Even like, I do love to recommend like low, inflammatory foods, anti-inflammatory diets, but that truly like wasn't even helping me at the time. So it was really scary, honestly. So as time went on, I did start to realize, looking back, there was a lot of stressful things happening to me during those times.
Okay.
Breakups. There was, losing your first grandparent, losing like childhood dog that, was around forever. Graduating college, getting my first job. Like a lot of things were compounding.
Yeah.
And I think that like the grief and the stress and the sadness like all really manifested in me. And I do years later now see like a huge connection with what was going on. But at the time, those are really hard things that were happening. So it was really easy for me to just like, you don't want to have to deal with those things ever, but that's life. So I think like I was kind of like repressing it a little and I was just like pretending it wasn't happening. And I didn't realize at the time when we store those emotions in the body, they stay in us, in your tissues, in your muscles, in your body. They stay there until you process them. And they can cause a lot of these symptoms and conditions.
I mean, this might sound a little woo-woo to you, but I would go even further. Like my belief system, I believe that we inherit trauma in our DNA, from ancestors, from our parents, our grandparents. Like we don't come in fresh.
We don't.
At all.
We don't. Woo-woo do you know me? Woo-woo for me?
I
say things I know.
You're in good company then.
I'm holding a crystal over here. Like
nothing
is too woo-woo. I have them in my pocket,
like,
in my bra. No,
I love it. I love it.
But no, that is not. I believe I've actually been told by a lot of different energy healers that I'm carrying a lot that isn't mine.
Yeah.
And I believe it. I know what people in my family have gone through, and there's something like I have this like really crazy fear of death, and like the people that I've lost in my life, it's like grandparents, they get old and they die. I don't love that. I wish we all lived forever, but like that's what happens. It's like I didn't experience anything like tragic in when I was younger, so it's really interesting, like the fears that we carry, or the
that
traumas
is really
that
interesting.
get passed down.
I think too. Can I just pick up on what you were saying about the realization of all of these different pockets of stress and trauma that you are probably acknowledging on some level, but not realizing like how much you're taking on in your system. But I also notice with, again, clients like you, like Mary, and a lot of Pacific Touch people, that the way that they choose to deal with the stress is stressful, like exercise, talking about the marathons and things like that. So and it's not a bad thing, but people I don't think are thinking about the fact that, oh, you know what, I'm going through this huge amount of stress and I'm actually dealing with it by putting my body under a lot of stress. And then I just think in everyday life too, the inability, like we're so connected to global news, community events. We live in New York City. There's just nervous system dysregulation at every turn.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere for sure. Yeah. So it was a scary time, but nervous system regulation, like I'm all about it now. But it wasn't something I was thinking about.
Of course.
It wasn't something I was focusing on.
Right.
Everything I was doing was stressful.
Yeah.
First of all, I would wake up like so inflamed and so bloated. Like it was really scary. That was stressful. All of the symptoms I had was stressful. I
bet on some levels, sometimes when things like that persist, you're like, is there something really wrong with me?
Yes.
You know?
There were nights that I was like, am I okay?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? Like, it was really scary.
Yeah.
And like those incessant thoughts, like is so much, like your brain doesn't know the difference really. So it's just like adding on the stress.
Yeah.
Also, I am like the world's biggest worrier. Like I worry and stress about, I'm the oldest sibling.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I felt like my duty and my job to worry about everyone and be like the third parent.
Yeah.
So
can I tell you something? A little secret. When I first met you, no, it's good. It's good. And Mary knows this too, when I first meet someone, when you come on the table, the first thing that I do is like a check on your face, but I'm really checking for energy. It's not skin.
Oh gosh,
I mean, I do feel and stuff, but I can see it in the eyelash fluttering or just people's energy. I can get the read of if someone is anxious. And I totally felt that. And it's always harder. I notice the people that are very high functioning and perform really well in all areas of their life, it's almost like this exhaustion from having to manage this incessant anxiety that's constantly going 24/7 whilst performing really highly in all aspects of their life.
Oh.
And it's like, it's no wonder skin is just like, because skin doesn't hide. That's the thing.
Nope.
You can suck in tummies, you can do this, you can do that, but skin will just like tell the truth.
Right. It'll show up,
you know,
whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I have had low grade anxiety my entire life. I still am dealing with it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's like you're tapping into, I mean, I feel this with the majority of the Pacific Touch community. So many people, you know, quote unquote, struggle with their skin because they're sensitive people that react to an environment that's hostile.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's almost not, it's not even really you.
Yes.
It's a sensitivity and a reaction to a hostile life that's hard, and not everybody is able, their armor is not thick. You know?
Yes, I am the world's most sensitive human on an emotional level and a physical level.
You're
like
the first person who's brought a crystal to the podcast.
No, you are the first.
Which I love.
First one.
By the way.
Get out.
It's kind of amazing. I really love it.
Yeah.
I need to like deep.
I'll bring you guys some next time.
I
bring it everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It's just like my
Which one
it really
is it?
calms me down. This is selenite.
Wow, okay.
I love it.
I'm going to have to
It's
like
very
ask you
calming.
so many questions.
But I also have 2 dark stones in my pockets, which help to keep like other people's negative energy away. Not for you guys.
Yeah, no.
But just
No,
in
just
the,
like, yeah.
you know, I pick up I'm very sensitive. I pick up a lot of other people's energy, especially in the city.
Yeah.
So you never know who you're going to come across.
Oh
so
my
yeah,
gosh.
we're
It's
loaded.
so interesting though, because especially like back to your background, like it's all, even just as you're talking and sharing, like it's all kind of like making sense. Like why, like
Too much sense.
so much, like you experience so much inflammation, like because all of the symptoms that you had, like from the root of it really is like that inflammation. Because like especially when you first started opening up, it's like, well, where is that coming from? Especially if like, yes, obviously it's like a stressful time, like post-grad, whatever, but it is like, where did that stem from? And it sounds like obviously it's the compounding things that you went through at the time, even if it was like really small things like obviously graduating college is a big thing, but like, it's something that everybody does. So it's kind of like, it's interesting like how it impacts you so differently.
Yes, I am. Yeah. So to go back to being sensitive, I feel things so deeply. Yeah. And like, it's a blessing, but it's also a curse. Like I'm crying when Christmas is over. Yeah. And my family's like, it's okay. Yeah. Like it's going to be okay. And like, I hate endings. I have a very interesting relationship with endings.
So
endings of all kinds.
Like it's very like, I'm kind of the same way in terms of like anxiety. Like, I wonder, do you think it's like OCD? Because I feel like I totally relate. Like I hate when things end. Like I have to like train my brain to be like, it's okay. Not goodbye. It's see you later. Yeah.
Do you know
I'm not good at that.
Yeah. You know what's so interesting about all of this nervous system information coming to the forefront? Because I've had a daughter who has profound autism, nervous system regulation is everything. And one of the biggest struggles she has is with transitions. And everything that she needs to calm her body, the vibration plates, the stimming, I now see it coming into mainstream to help everybody. Wow. And really, obviously to varying degrees, but human behavior, is on a spectrum. And when I think about it, like just you talking about not wanting Christmas to be over or wondering if it's OCD, it's just a transition in life. And certain people, like my daughter her transitions are even sharper than that. But I can relate to what you're saying purely because of that is a nervous system regulation issue.
Totally.
And it like difficulty transitioning from one thing to another.
I hate change.
Yeah.
I am learning how to accept change, but I don't love transitions. Yeah.
I don't love primed for this era, just having being Nush's mum. Like I know it inside out.
Oh my gosh, okay. I mean, I feel like
I already am.
We can have a whole like conversation.
I remember the first time I saw, Lisa Heim from the Wellness Necessities. I used to see her all the time back in the day. I remember the first time I saw her doing on Instagram a nervous system regulation dance. And I'm like, that's my daughter stimming.
Wow.
And I knew, and now with the vibration plates, I'm like, Sivan has vibration plates at home.
Wow. I do every morning. I choose a song. So like about 3 minutes and I shake it out and I dance every morning. And it's just a way to like get like the anxiety, get the energy, like get it all moving. And like it really helps.
Yeah. And that crystal thing that you have, she has a spiky thing that she squeezes onto.
It's like the fidget
to
toys.
Feel herself in space. Like part of the anxiety is that you don't feel grounded.
Okay.
And so you need to like feel
yes.
where your hands are and stuff like that.
It's really helpful.
It's very interesting.
I learned so much from you.
Yeah. I have to start putting out more information. It'll be like everything that I do with Nushi it's great for skin.
No, it is kind of trending right now, so we can use it to our advantage. But back to your story. So you're in school because you're like, I'm ready to
go
heal this once and for all. What did you do for the schooling?
Okay, so I got my master's in nutrition.
Okay, amazing.
I got a functional nutrition certificate.
Okay.
Functional nutrition health coach certificate, excuse me. I became a certified yoga teacher. And then I got a plant-based nutrition certification.
Oh, wow. Okay. All things. So when you were getting all those things, are you still going through your symptoms? Or
yes.
Are you like, okay, so you're kind of like trying to self-diagnose a little bit.
Well, so I did find some holistic and functional practitioners along the way.
Okay.
And they really helped with more of the root cause approach.
Okay.
So, and they did really help me so much on my journey. I'm not going to say they 100% helped. A lot of the things that I did.
It's kind of like opening your eyes to like, okay, they told me I have this. Like, now what do I do? Yeah.
They were the first people to listen to me and tell me like, you're going to be okay. These symptoms are going to go away. They gave me a lot of hope. Yeah. And they had solutions.
Right.
But the problem was they weren't helping me to regulate my nervous system.
Yep. Yeah.
It was really layered. And I would say I didn't start to really, really feel better until, my symptoms started to really, really go away, like 2021. Like this is probably the best I have felt maybe ever or in years.
Wow.
But it's a journey. And it's, I'm not like, I was always looking for the finish line. Like on this journey, I was always like, I can't wait for everything to be gone. I can't wait for all my symptoms to be gone. I was constantly like searching for the finish line. And I've recently realized like there really isn't a finish line.
Wow,
it's just like, it's life.
So I wish I could tell people, like, especially with PT, and that's actually one of the questions I had for you was like, how long did it take for you to find true healing? Because I know it's been a journey, obviously, but it's so funny because you're like, it's a lifelong, you know?
Listen, things come up.
Right.
Like, I feel great now, but like, you know, when I get married and have kids one day, like it's going to be a whole new slew of things. But I think that you pick up these tools along the way.
Exactly.
And then you use them because life is stressful. Things happen in life. You know, like we cannot avoid stress, but what we have to learn how to do is how to process it and just the tools to kind of get through.
Also to be at peace with who you are and how you receive things. It's kind of like what we say about skin, but even to your point about being a sensitive person or someone who does have nervous system regulation issues, there are always going to be things that trigger it. It's like being acne prone. You know, you can absolutely get clear and manage that and find balance, but you'll always be acne prone and there'll always be things that can trigger a breakout or flare up. It doesn't mean you're back to square one.
Right.
You know, and we do learn those tools
I had
that
to learn.
Make it, you know, you heal faster.
Right. And I will say, like, if I get my blood work taken right now, like all of the autoimmune diseases I had, they are gone. I don't have any of them. Like my blood work, it's really crazy. So in that perspective, there's a bit
incredible
of a finish
feeling?
line.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I was going to say you should take it back to like the original doctors that were like, you're going to be on this stuff. For life. Like you'll have this for life.
But just good energy only.
Yeah, no, totally.
We're not going to go back to them.
I'm just,
but no, I'm kidding.
Stirring the pot.
So yeah, I mean, I can't like. I'm so grateful and so happy to be where I am. But like, there was a part of me, a little part that I was like, maybe they're right and maybe none of this is ever going to go away. So like,
all the time.
Start to believe it a little.
Yeah, of course.
But I think a part of, I never ever gave up. I never stopped fighting. And I just knew inherently that I was going to heal. So I think I had a lot of hope that,
and that
people don't
little, even if it's like an ounce, really takes you through. You know, I think that one of the biggest pain points, especially transitioning into skin, with the PT journey is just how long it takes. Like I think a lot of people, like, I mean, even for me, it's ever evolving, ever changing. You go through things, whatever. And a lot of people hate that or don't want to sign up for it or whatever. And I can totally understand because like for some people, it's just like, just get me the quick fix so that like we could be done.
Right.
For you and your experience, especially as somebody who has had a whole journey with so many different things, like what would you say to those people? And do you think that now that you can look back with a little bit of a perspective, like do you think that it's worth it all in the end?
In terms of skincare or just overall?
Overall health, or even, I mean, we can like transition into, you know, the skin health journey, but like, I feel like they all kind of like tie, it's back to just like information. They all kind of tie in. So it feels like it could be the same answer for everything.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who was going through what I was going through, which I truly wouldn't wish upon anyone, don't give up. And always ask why. And just, there is a solution for everything. There is.
Yeah.
There's always a solution. Sometimes takes a little longer or is a little harder to find, but you have to be your own advocate.
Yeah.
You have to, because I could still be in that place right now listening to the doctors and taking all of that medication. Like I could have accepted it, but I just knew I've always been a little more natural. And I think I just knew.
You believed in the power of being able to find the why.
Yeah, and I had a really, really great support system of family and friends around me. And, you know, they were very supportive in finding like alternative and natural medicine and everything. So,
yeah. Well, let's get into skin a little bit now that we're talking about it, because I would love to talk about your experience with Pacific Touch. So what you said that you've been with us for like 3 years, but what was the state of your skin when you first came in, especially like considering doing all of like the healing that you've been doing?
So my skin was not the worst when I came in. And I don't like to have regrets, but I do wish that I came in a few years earlier.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Well, you said that you were like so hell-bent on like wanting to do it yourself.
I think it was a fear block.
Yeah.
But after I met you and I came to you, I was kicking myself a little bit and was like, you should have.
But you know what?
Right?
I will speak for my industry and say that we have a bad reputation. Facialists, and even skincare in general, it's the Wild West. So people can have an array of really negative experiences. And I do think that people that are holistic really firmly just want it to be internal only and not have to deal, with facials and skincare and things like that.
I mean, I had gotten tons of facials and I was always trying new products, whatever they had recommended.
Yeah.
And I mean, towards right before I came to you, like I was even going for like clean, non-toxic facials. So like, you think you're doing all the right things. This is before I got into like the non-pore clogging world, which is now literally owns me and is like has taken over my life in every facet. But I'd had gotten tons of facials, and they didn't really make it better. But you like to think after a facial, let's give it some time, it'll get better. And then weeks go by and then none of them really ever helped. But it's because that was not really the main root cause.
Exactly.
It was definitely a part of it, but it wasn't the biggest root cause for me.
3 years.
My skin was not in the worst shape. It wasn't great, but it wasn't in the worst shape it had been. So, I mean, you could speak to this. But I think that's when I really started to kind of get into like meditation and grounding and like a little bit more of like focusing on like stress management and everything. But when I had first come, I was ready. I was open-minded and I was like, I know this is going to work because just seeing all your before and afters, and you've helped so many people. But yeah, I would say I was like over the worst of it, but I feel like I was having a bad skin week this week. Like it's a journey. But I will say that the PTSD of past skin, it's like you get a few breakouts and you start to think
Mary
the
and I
worst.
talk about it all the time.
All the time.
And I just think about like all my old photos that I have of my skin, and you think like we're going back to that place. So I really have been working on that. Like we get a breakout, I do my red light mask, I ice my breakout. We're not touching our face, we're not picking.
Gosh,
like I've come a long way.
Yeah.
In the last 3 years since we started working together. But yeah,
I think the true freedom too is really when you get to a point where your skin is not controlling your life. It doesn't affect your day,
and it was.
Because it still will happen. Even myself, 52, if I'm lackadaisical about anything, I'll break out, and I know it's not at all what I used to deal with, but sometimes it can be significant enough. But to be in a place where you know what to do, it doesn't wreck your day, you don't think that you have no hope. In fact, most of the time, like I always know my PT clients, I know you've crossed the line when not only do you reach out to me with the problem, but you also tell me where you think it's come from and what you're going to do, and do I think that's okay? And usually it's like, yes. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm creating like an army of estheticians.
Oh my God.
Am I needed?
100%.
Am I actually needed?
You
Like
totally
Mary, I'm always joking. I'm like, Mary needs to give me a facial, because at this point, I know she could give me a facial from start to finish.
100%.
Like when she's in the
Totally
training,
could.
she's, often the model, and she's just taking in. I can see her eyes glazing over because she's listened to me say the same thing for years now. I'm
It's so
this
true.
Girl could like do a
taking
fully
notes.
fledged facial.
taking notes.
Totally could.
Well,
No,
this
I know.
summer I had gone away for a few nights and I had like really bad breakout on one side. And this was maybe like a week later, I had texted you and I was asking you.
Yeah.
And you're like, have you slept in a different bed recently? And I was like, I did.
Yeah.
Because I don't use any scented products. All my sheets are organic. I wash my pillowcases now way more often than I was. So, and then you made me realize that,
It's just
it's
sometimes
just,
you just need that person.
you need someone to ground you.
Yeah, to ground you, but also to bring up the things that you might not be thinking about.
I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Yeah, it's always helpful.
Yeah. And I think maybe I had forgotten like my cleanser or something.
I think to a big thing, and it's worthy to sort of bring it up for anybody else that's in this industry as well. In the health and wellness space, I too gravitate towards as natural as possible. But because I'm an acne specialist, I'm also very aware that very clean and non-toxic does not mean acne friendly. And in fact, there are, unfortunately, because some of the stuff, I wish coconut oil, I'm an islander. Do you know how I would be a billionaire right now if I could make a line with, Samoan coconut oil, because it is the best, I'm sorry. But there are, beef tallow. There's all these things that are in the wellness space that our body, yes, it recognizes it, great, but it's pork hogging.
It is, and it's actually something I really struggle with because I'm always looking for non-toxic, and now I'm looking for non-pork logging, and they don't always go together, and it really kind of drives me crazy.
It's an absolute minefield, and people don't realize, because they will always, whenever I get DMs from people, they'll always, whenever I start and bring up the conversation of skincare, the first thing people will say is, oh, it's non-toxic or it's clean. And I'm like, that doesn't mean it's for acne.
Right.
And
clean is become
what does that
quite
mean?
the window now.
Yeah,
it's a buzzword.
Yeah.
I do
God,
like the
totally.
Word but it's, it means something very different. And also there's a lot of greenwashing now. So you have to really become like your own educator of like learning the ingredients, learning what's pork logging. And I love the little ingredient checker you guys have on your site. I use it. But I have a different non-toxic checker, so I use both. And I'm trying to like put it together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
crazy,
that's so funny. What would you say are some of your skin non-negotiables? Like in your routine, like what do you do to be like, breakup free?
So I cleanse every morning and every night, which I was not doing.
Which one are you using? What cleanser?
The pore cleansing oil.
Okay, nice.
But which is, there's the one that you said to use more in the warmer temperatures, one in like the cooler.
The pore cleansing oil is best for like warmer temperatures.
So I use that in the summer. Soothing I use in the winter.
Cleansing is for winter.
And then the ruby cleanser.
Yep.
So I switch on and off with those.
Oh, you wait until you try the Pacific Touch cleanser. Mary's been trying it.
It's
honestly so
I need it.
Yeah. It's kind of it's Ruby-esque. It's Ruby's better cousin.
Perfect. We love cousins.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever did this, but like when you would go out in college and you come home and like I would use a makeup wipe and just get in bed.
Wipe. Yeah.
Or, the nights that you just a little too tired to take off your makeup. I would never even think about doing that now.
No,
and I look back, I can't believe that I would do that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that was a part of why I had some acne.
It's exactly what I was saying though. It's all of the tiny little things, like separately, they don't seem like much, but when you put the picture together, like that's a huge part of the consultation, right? It's like if I meet Erica for the first time, surface, you're healthy, you're a nutritionist, you've got great products, but it's like, are you using them in the right sequence? Are you taking your makeup off? Are you using them? There's all these little things that people don't necessarily realize, oh, that's actually contributing,
Yeah.
even on a small level.
No, it makes a huge difference for sure.
What do you think like really helped you clear your skin? Like if you could really pinpoint some things, like, because I feel like everybody is so different and it's definitely multifaceted. And sometimes you honestly really never know. But like for you, did you ever have like a moment where you like, I think that really moved the needle?
There's so many things.
Really? Okay, tell us.
You. Number one is you.
It's so true, yeah.
For sure, seriously.
I would say the same.
That time that you've sent me quite a few frameable DMs, like where I get a little teary when I get, but there have been a couple of times where you've just been like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my skin. And I'm like, oh, this is my why. Like I can see it in people's eyes, when you twinkle and you're happier in life.
Yes.
It's like,
well, I was crying on the other side of the phone from you crying.
Yeah.
It's just, I was so unhappy.
Yeah.
In life a bit, but really like I was so unhappy about my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it made me very self-conscious and it really like completely like crushed my confidence. And, you notice in others what you notice like the most in yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm sure some people saw it because it was all over my face, but I'm sure others didn't notice it. But to me, and I'm sure you can relate, Mary, you think that it's what everyone's looking at. When
I
they look at you.
I remember that.
I'm sorry, I'm sure you can also.
Yeah, no, back in the day, obsessed.
Yeah,
it would stop you from wanting to go out or even have conversations, you know?
There were a lot of nights I didn't want to go out or I wanted to just like go drink with my friends because I just was so unhappy with like the state of my skin. So I will say celery juice really, really moved the needle.
Oh my gosh, very medical medium of you.
Very medical medium of me.
Yes.
Which I started in 2020.
Okay. Classic.
And
oh my gosh.
I had bought his books like years before that.
Okay.
And he didn't the celery juice kind of came to light a little later. But I started really, really consistently doing it in 2020. And I would say maybe for 2 full years, I juiced my own celery every single morning. And that really, really gets to the root cause. But again, my acne was not gone by any means, but it was a lot better. So the celery juice, you all like the Rococo, all the Rococo products. But I will say energy healing. I have the most magical energy healer in the world, and he has helped me so much.
Wow, I'm gonna need to get.
I'll share the deets.
Yes,
and it was really just going to therapy, starting to like talk about things that maybe like I never wanted to talk about, or just some things that like are really hard and painful to talk about.
Right.
That really helped.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, I had cut out inflammatory foods, but I focused so much on what I was taking out of my diet. I was not as focused in the beginning as to putting all these nourishing foods into my body. So there's so many like super, super healing foods that I was ignoring.
I love that
10
you're
years
bringing
ago.
that up because that's my favorite thing to talk about with people is switching the mindset from focusing on elimination and being afraid of foods or what shouldn't I have, rather, spend your energy thinking about what your body needs more of,
Yeah,
and what's out there to help.
For sure, right.
Yeah.
Like in my smoothies now, I'll put 2 bananas, 2 full cups of blueberries. And there was a time where I was like, oh, I can only put half a banana in. I'm scared of sugar. And like, fruit is different. Fruit has all of these amazing healing natural sugars in them. So I encourage everyone to not be scared of fruit. Also, I stopped drinking 2 years ago.
Okay.
I stopped drinking caffeine 6 years ago.
You posted that recently that you stopped drinking coffee.
I don't.
No, not coffee. Caffeine.
Oh my God. You
Not
don't even
just
have like
coffee.
matcha?
No matcha, no caffeine.
Oh, wow.
God, that was literally one
You
of my
can still ask
questions
me.
for
You can still ask.
Okay.
But no, I don't drink caffeine. And that,
How was that hard to? Did you feel that
well,
coming out?
fun
of your
story
system?
I'll share. I used to drink black coffee from La Colombe every single morning. And then I wouldn't eat till 1 o'clock. Horrible,
Oh my
horrible
God.
intermittent fasting. Not great for women.
Yeah.
So one day my throat started getting really tight and felt like it was closing. And I was like, oh my God, my throat's closing. I was taking a ton of Benadryl all the time. It was around the time that my grandma was like really sick and was like shortly passing. And I thought my throat was closing all the time from all these different foods. So I cut out nuts and I cut out nut milk and I cut out coffee. I cut out all these things that I felt were like constricting my throat. And it turned out, I think it was just like an emotional reaction, or it's like the throat, right? When we think about the throat, it's like constriction. It's like maybe saying things we don't want to say, like. So after my grandma had passed, my throat stopped closing, and like I never ever came back ever again.
So strange.
And I cut out caffeine, and I tried to like reincorporate it, and it had a really scary effect on me.
I mean, if you think about like if you know that you have a ultra sensitive nervous system, of course caffeine is going to trigger it.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not. I mean, I love coffee, not as much as Mary, but I do. I can't imagine life without it.
I understand.
But I just know, again, bringing up my daughter, there are certain things in life, like if it really doesn't mesh with your system, you feel freer when you stay away from it.
But I thought, well, maybe I wasn't, but I drank coffee and like I was fine. I was motivated. I was so like, I loved, and I love the taste of coffee still.
Yeah. I mean, you drink it black. Drinking it black means you love coffee.
I did.
Love.
I love bitter. I just like love bitter foods. So, no more caffeine. Also, though, it's really taxing on your liver, and your liver processes everything that you
I mean,
eat
it's
and
huge for
drink,
skin.
the air, huge for skin, huge for
Yeah.
acne.
Yeah.
So I think that was also a big help in
Oh my gosh.
what helps my skin.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I know my clients hate
I know.
when I recommend starting to do like every other day coffee or no coffee.
They
want to
say
kill
that the
me.
caffeine addiction
It's
globally.
I think
is
it's for
so
me,
full on.
like
so
I
real.
just need to commit to like a week of like no coffee and kind of just give myself like a system reset and then like see where I go. But
I'm not even gonna.
I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna go there yet. Well, speaking of nervous system regulation, I feel like we've been talking about this like all throughout the episode, I think, and you could obviously attest because you're like the wellness person in the room, but I feel like it's going to be huge for 2026. I feel like everybody's talking about it. It's kind of the new, I don't know, protein. Like everybody is talking about protein and all that. Like I feel like nervous system regulation will be next. Like what are your overall thoughts? I know we've kind of gotten into it a little bit already, but like what are your thoughts and how do you manage yours and especially with your clients? Like what do you recommend in terms of that system regulation management?
So it is the future of health for sure.
Wow,
and I
okay.
keep saying, I really truly believe that stress is the real root cause, underlying cause of kind of every
Totally
condition,
agree.
every disease,
I totally agree.
every symptom you can find. I really believe it. And that's not to say, obviously, my career is nutrition. So I'm still preaching food as medicine, and food is so, so important. But I do believe that we really need to start focusing on our stress and our nervous system because
Agreed.
it's just, it's the root cause of it, it really controls us.
Even if it's indirect, meaning that under stress we don't make good decisions. Do you know what I mean? It puts our system, everything is slower. It slows healing. It slows your circulation. Your, just everything. Yeah.
So living in New York City it's challenging for me. It's funny because I think I just was not ever really fully truly listening to my like intuition, and because for years I lived here and I didn't think that the stress of Manhattan stressed me out, but now I do. And I think that I go home a lot in the summer and I'm swimming in my parents' pool. They live close to the beach. I put my feet in the grass every morning. Like grounding and being in nature is the most healing thing for me.
Isn't she just talking about Noosh?
No, literally.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
We'd be good friends.
No, you would.
Everything that
would
you're
love
talking
her.
about
I know
is,
your daughter loves
is
the
what
ocean,
I
right?
live for, but it's so funny that it really I should be thinking about it for myself and my clients. And like we all should be doing the Noosh thing.
Yeah.
And at the ocean sounds when I get
Oh
my
my
facials,
God.
it's my favorite part.
That's so funny.
I
Do you
love
have
it.
any favorite like platforms or anything for your nervous system regulation?
Yes. Okay. So I love Melissa Wood's meditations.
I love her.
But
yeah.
Mimi Bouchard has the activations.
I just literally today signed up for the year membership.
So did I. Activations?
Today?
Yeah.
You did too?
Because of Elizabeth.
Yes.
Wait, no way.
Literally me
Recommended,
too.
And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something.
Wait, it's
for
so
that,
funny.
and I
Literally
signed
today,
up,
my trial ended and I got the charge.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the best decision you'll ever, the best money you'll spend.
Amazing.
So I started using it like let's say almost 2 years ago.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Or like maybe a year and a half ago. They're wonderful. And it's a different, they're more like motivational than meditative.
And like
That's why I felt like I needed.
Like what's the sound? Like the sound is from like movie composers. It sounds like you're like in,
yes, she
like,
has
a
her
movie.
own team. It's amazing.
It's
and you
really
start to
cool.
like really visualize your life as a movie. I think it's amazing for manifesting. You're going to love it.
Oh my God.
So
okay,
I do
cool.
love that. But I also I do a lot of humming breathing, which helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. A lot of like vagus nerve regulation also is.
Do you use an app or anything for that?
No, humming breathing.
You just what is
So
it?
basically you just like, you inhale. And you make this like humming noise, which when you do it for a long time, it starts to sound like bees.
Yeah.
You know, like bumblebees.
Yeah.
And it's like a very like the humming and
Yeah.
like it's a very calming sensation in your body. So I do that like when I get in bed at night for like maybe like a minute or two, just like really deep inhales and then really slow humming.
You know what
exhales.
Such a
Such
good
loves
tip.
is deep pressure brushing.
Oh, like with
like
lymphatic
full body.
brush?
Yeah. Yeah,
I love that.
It's a therapy. It's slightly softer than a bristly brush.
Okay.
But the way you do it is like deep pressure and release it like whole body,
I
deep
love that.
squeezes and things like that
I
as
love
well.
that.
Yeah.
I could use one of those.
I always, whenever I'm brushing her hair at night, then we turn it into like a full body brush
So
situation.
sweet.
And she loves it. But it helps settle her whole body.
Uh-huh.
I love
It's
that.
so funny how little Noosh is like
I know,
so
well,
part of
even
this
the
episode.
honey.
Yeah.
It's just everything.
It's
You know
so
how
funny.
the minute there's a school holiday, Mia knows like I'm off to the ocean somewhere.
Yeah.
She's like sorting out my schedule ahead of time because she just
I would love to do
she
that.
needs it, but she needs it. Like
right.
it's like
so
it's not
therapeutic
even,
beyond.
you know, I say I'm going on vacation, but really it's Sivan's reset from
Yeah,
being
it's
in
her
New York
little,
City.
like,
she
retreat.
has to.
I need that also, but I'm
Yeah.
not like listening to my needs. Like when the thought of like when like the pool closes or we can't go in the ocean anymore, and I'm counting the months until the next time I'm floating.
Yeah.
And I know like we can go in a pool here in
Yeah.
the city, or they have like those float tanks.
I need to send you all the different places that
Yes.
we go
Oh, yes.
because we go to like different.
Yeah.
Yes, you were telling me
pools and
that.
things.
I know,
yeah.
but it's just like there's
I
nothing like the
know.
ocean.
We
Or, like,
sometimes even on cold days, like we have trained all the way out to Long Beach.
oh yes,
Just to smell the
Yep.
sea air,
or just
walk
heal
on
the
the
waves.
sand,
No,
and
my
even
happy
just
place.
dip toes
Yep.
in the brutal cold. Like
I do that.
Noosh will, she just needs to even be in that environment.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's worth it. Like however long it takes us, a couple of hours for like 20 minutes there.
No, it's so worth it.
She loves it.
It's so worth it.
Yeah.
I know I
Crazy
love
how
going
like
to the
all of
beach.
that can just reset.
It really helps.
Yeah.
It really, really helps.
Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh,
yeah,
I love that.
So many things.
Yeah. Well, you to me, I mean, you're such a fun follow because you give so many amazing wellness racks, like whether it's like product or just like routines and patterns and things like that. So I really want to do like a wellness edition rapid fire because everybody knows I'm like in this rapid fire moment right now. Like
I
just
love it.
And I feel like you'll give some really good tips. So, well, my first one was the best matcha in the city or a bestie.
Okay. I do think matcha
full
full is the best.
I do think matcha full is
I
so
have
what do you
had
do
it.
instead of matcha? Like just tea or
Okay, so I have roasted dandelion tea.
Yeah, you
every
do post
single
that a
morning.
lot.
Amazing for your
Ooh.
liver. Amazing for your
Very
skin.
good for skin.
I just
I'm
drink
jealous.
a ton of herbal tea.
do you put anything in it like tea, honey, or anything?
No,
Or sorry,
because honey
milk
is the best, most medicinal raw, straight in your mouth with the spoon.
Yeah, and you know what?
It takes some properties away when you heat it.
Do you know what I'm doing? Raw from
Oh,
a
yeah.
spoon is the Manukora, the 850 mf from New Zealand.
Oh,
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
send her a picture, Nick. And
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God, I need to, the next time you're in, I'll give you, I've got some little
Wait, this is honey?
travel pouch. Yeah, 850.
I am obsessed with
It's
honey.
it's thick. It's Manuka honey.
Wow.
But it's 850. The factor is
Wow.
850.
Oh my gosh.
It's thick, caramel-like, and you just take like a tablespoon a day. It's so good.
I am obsessed with Beekeepers Naturals. I use
Yeah.
every product they make.
Wow. Okay.
So I listened to Carly Kramer, the founder, on a podcast, and she was basically saying how all the honey that they make, none of it comes from America because of all the pesticides that are on our plants. Bees can go 5 miles in every direction, so you can't really control that.
yeah.
So all the honey she makes is from like, I think she said New Zealand or South America and Italy. So
Wow, okay.
now whenever I buy honey,
Yeah.
I usually only use her honey, but the other honey that I find, it's just, I don't use any honey in our own country.
So
makes
dandelion,
sense.
roasted dandelion
Yes.
tea straight.
Straight.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll
Gosh,
do
good to
chaga
know.
at night, like chaga mushroom.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do heat honey sometimes because
Yeah.
it's just like need a little
Yeah,
sweetness.
yeah.
I do chaga, cinnamon, cardamom, and honey with hot water. That's also helped my skin a ton. Super
sounds
anti-inflammatory.
really
It's- I
good.
love.
Adapted like calming and
Very
soothing for
calming.
your
Yeah,
system.
it's awesome.
Oh, wow,
And that's,
okay.
Yeah, that's no caffeine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, not me. What is your favorite way to move your body?
Oh,
Like workouts, platforms.
okay.
recommendations?
Pilates,
Yep.
reformer Pilates. Do you want to know what?
Yeah. Where do you
platforms
go? Yeah. Where do you like?
So I love Wanda Bar.
Oh yeah. Nice.
But I love Form.
Ugh.
I love Form.
I'm currently doing their January Jumpstart program.
Do it. It's
yeah.
so good.
It's so good.
I love Sculpt Society. Again,
Yep.
I love the Melissa Wood workouts.
mhm.
That's really all I do. And I love walking. And I love swimming. But that's
yeah, but
like
you
a
can't really
heavier-
like do that here. Wow. So many
I
good
love
ones.
moving my body.
Yeah. We'll have to take a class together sometime. What is your favorite product in your PT routine?
Oh my gosh, I was just telling you, the purifying essence.
Purifying, yeah. A lot of people, that's like you cannot.
No,
One time I went on a trip without it and I was like, wait, something's missing.
No, I actually can't live without it.
Yeah.
I ran out once and my skin reacted. I can't live without it.
Yeah.
I
So
think everyone should use it.
No, I feel
Acne
like
or
we
not,
all need it.
Everyone should use it.
Of course.
It's
Yeah,
the best.
we
That's
all
my
need that like
favorite.
daily exfoliant, like very gentle, but
Yes.
like amazing. What is your wellness non-negotiable? Gosh, that's the wrong person to ask because you seriously, I
I've
feel like have like a
many.
whole kit.
No, you know when you see, what is it, The Beautiful Mind, where there's that scene and then all those numbers and stuff come up. I kind of saw your mind do that when she asked you that question. It's like all
What can
You could
do?
only see in my mind. I mean, like lemon water first thing every morning. Non-negotiable.
Do you put ginger in yours or straight lemon?
No, straight lemon.
Do you use Maya lemon?
Sometimes.
I love Maya
what
lemon.
I love Meyer lemon. I love it, but
What about with your like teeth? People say that like
no, your teeth are fine.
okay.
Do you see my teeth?
No, I mean they're
cavities?
amazing, but
No,
just
I know.
people-
I
that's-
understand,
that's
and a
my
lot of
excuse not to do it.
dentists are gonna come at
Yeah.
me. But no, my teeth. I go to the dentist every 6 months.
yeah.
No complaint. No, the lemon water has changed, and not to be like dramatic or everyone's like drink your lemon water. The lemon water has changed my life. Not kidding.
I actually did get some lemons at the store because I
Perfect.
was like,
Do
I
you
think I
drink
need
lemon
to
water every morning?
No,
Mary,
I don't.
you have
Do
to.
it.
I
know.
actually don't drink
My
water.
issue is like I don't like this taste of lemon.
Oh,
Like,
that's a
I just-
problem.
That's
Oh, really?
No,
yeah,
that's a problem.
I've never been like
How about
that.
do you like
What about-
lime?
Vinegar.
Do I like what?
Lime.
Better, I think.
You can do lime. Lime water is
Vinegar?
also great for your
Apple cider
liver.
vinegar.
No,
Vinegar's better. I just do not like lime. I'm trying to be better though. I feel like if I just like need to.
I love Do you know what
Yeah.
I squeeze lemon on all my food? I love.
I put lemon on
I'm
everything.
so
I
yeah.
can't drink water without lemon.
I actually think
That's so
even
funny.
the lemon zest, like it dresses up
Yep.
salads.
I
like,
need
I
so
love
better.
fancy.
it.
It's funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's
All right.
something
I
I'm
wonder if
working
you
on. It's just
can-
like my like taste buds. Like I don't
Well,
like it,
I
but I need to be
understand if
like,
you don't like it. That's
Yeah.
You can't force someone to eat
Sometimes
something.
I know,
you
but
don't
I
like.
can
train
force it.
yourself. Like it
you
depends.
can train yourself, especially
Certain
like with
things
all
can
the
be
because I know
edible.
the benefits are so good that I just
Listen,
like,
you can actually put honey in it, and it doesn't have to be hot water. It can just be room temp water.
yeah, no, it's so true. I can do honey. I do think I'd like the ginger though.
It really
So that
helped
would be
my
like
skin. the
Yeah,
lemon
that's
water.
what people say.
And my digestion.
I need to. Yeah. What's always in your grocery cart?
Lemons.
Oh my god. Okay.
Literally, I have like, my standing list of what I get
Yeah.
every week. It's wild, organic, wild blueberries,
Yeah,
lemons,
has to be wild
bananas.
too.
No, it has
amount.
to be wild blueberries.
Mhm.
Sorry, lemons.
Oh my god.
Always.
Yeah.
What else? I'm honestly the beekeeper's natural honey, but I usually have backstock. So
Yeah. If you could pick between LED or a face mask, what would you choose? Like an LED session or like sulfur mask?
LED.
Really? Yeah. What would you say? LED?
LED.
Mm.
Yeah,
You mean
it's
like the
going
red
deep
light?
on the
Always
cellular
like the
level.
red
Like
light?
higher dose mask on
No, I
Instagram.
use it every night for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It has that has also been huge. That was what was
Yeah.
recommended to me at my first PT
Yeah.
facial.
Yeah.
Red
I'm
light therapy
obsessed with it.
is amazing.
The sulfur mask,
Yeah.
the red light mask is just
Yeah, that red like consistently. Like, yeah, no, you're
sorry, I love the sulfur mask
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love my red light
I
mask.
mean, my God, you're reducing inflammation on a cellular level. It's like it's
Yeah,
going
you,
so
like,
much deeper
really
than
can't
any
beat it.
product can go.
Now I
Yeah.
have the red light hat
Yeah.
for hair growth. I want a full
So many
red light
things.
bodysuit.
Just like you should go to one of those like it's like a tanning bed, but it's like an
Yep.
LED bed. Yeah.
I want one
Totally.
in my home.
Well, Erica, I feel like there's been so many sound bites. Like this has been like we've gone everywhere in this episode. It's like the theme is wellness. The theme is nervous system regulation. There's so many things. I'd love to know what are the plans for Casawell. Like I feel like you're kind of going through your own little rebrand as well. So please tell us more and kind of what's been the evolution.
Yeah, so very recently launched the new era of Casawell. So I'm taking more of a mind-body nutrition approach.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot of mind-body work in combination with all of my nutrition.
Beautiful.
Because as we've been talking about, nervous system regulation is huge. And I learned what happens when we store stress and emotions in the body. And it really does make us sick. So I want to work with clients in more of the mind-body way and, really teach them how to eat in a really nourishing way. I don't prescribe diets ever. It's really just like a new way of eating.
Yep.
And pairing that with just really like calming things for your nervous system. So I'm really excited.
I'm
I love
so excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is, like I said, it's just been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
This
Where
was
can
so
everybody
fun.
follow?
Everyone can follow at Casawell Health
Oh my gosh.
on
love.
Instagram. And
She's such a good follow, you guys. Great
Yes.
recommendations.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, everybody. Thank you so
Thanks,
much, as
girls.
always, for listening to the Skin Talk Tuesday podcast. Please, of course, if you have any questions for us, for Erica, DM us. We'll, of course, get back
I love
to you.
questions.
And yeah, see everybody next week. Bye.
See ya.